From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
John, this is Harry Branson of Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Company.
Well, hi, Harry. What is it this time? Fraud, murder, arson?
No, none of them.
Then what kind of a case has you in a dither this morning?
As a matter of fact, John, there is no case.
Oh, now don't tell me you're spending company money on just a social call. Why, Harry.
Of course not. John, I wish you to take a motor trip with one of our very important clients.
Well, now, that depends.
Perhaps you've heard of her, Betty Charlene Winters.
No, but she sounds interesting.
She is. She's one of the most charming people. Very wealthy, too. John, you'll love her.
Oh, tell me more.
I want you to accompany her to her summer place on Lake Wawayanda in northern New Jersey.
Sounds better all the time.
On expense account, of course, plus a fee of $1,000 for the week or any fraction thereof.
How can I lose? Harry, I'll grab the first train.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty Company, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Wayward Widow Matter. Expense account item 12150, fare and incidentals, Hartford to Philadelphia. At his office on Walnut Street, Harry Branson looked as though he'd been just sitting there waiting for me ever since his phone call.
I'll get straight to the point, John.
Well, good. You don't mind if I sit down first, though, do you?
Oh, no, of course not.
Ah.
As I told you on the telephone, Mrs. Winters is one of our
Mrs.? You didn't tell me that.
Her husband died just a short time ago.
Oh. And you, the old friend of the family, have been consoling the lovely widow, eh?
John.
Yeah, when you pick 'em, you really pick 'em, Harry. Hey, do you remember that little brunette you went for in the last case I handled with you?
John, that has nothing whatsoever to do with the matter at hand.
Yeah, okay, maybe not. Oh, but you sly dog. I'm betting right now you wish you could make this trip to the lake instead of me.
Of course I do. The beautiful forests and mountains up there at this time of the year.
Oh, sure. Just for the scenery. All right, now tell me all.
Well, the Winters were very wealthy. Betty Charlene Winters still is. Thanks, among other things, to the $500,000 she received on her late husband's double indemnity policy.
$500,000? You make this sound more attractive every minute.
John,
you don't suppose the gorgeous babe helped him have an accident in order to collect that?
John, you are being absurd.
Am I? Tell me this. Was he older than she?
Yes, he was.
Uh-huh. And 2 and 2 make 4.
And you are making no sense at all.
Hey, you have got a case on her, haven't you?
Will you please stop this nonsense and listen to me? Now, as I started to say, their lovely home is out between Ardmore and Bryn Mawr.
All right, go on.
Their home, which Mr. Winters inherited from his father and his grandfather before him, is a veritable art gallery.
I see.
But she is going to dispose of most of it to the better-known museums and galleries. She plans to sell the family mansion, too, just as soon as the estate is settled.
Doesn't go for the old stuff, huh?
You're quite right. Her taste is more for the modern.
That's the way I like 'em.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Go on, Harry.
Yes. Some of the things, however, she is taking up to the summer home on Lake Wawayanda.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute, Harry. Am I taking Betty Charlene up there?
Mrs. Winters, John, please.
Okay, I'll stay out of your territory for the time being. But am I being hired to take her up to the lake or just some of this junk you've been talking about?
Both.
Ah.
You see, there's one thing in particular, some statue or other that she wants help with.
Statue, huh?
So you and she and the statue will make the trip.
Now, that's the kind of chaperone I like. When do we start?
I must confess it's quite a relief to get out of that office for a while.
Oh, don't try to kid me, Harry. The only reason you wouldn't let me find my own way out to this winter babe's home.
Babe! Honestly, John, you sometimes carry this levity much too far.
By the way, how long ago did her husband die?
About 4 months ago.
Oh, brother, you don't even wait for the ashes to get cold, do you?
John, I tell you that...
What did he die of?
Well, it was an accident.
Yeah?
In the car during a little trip that they were making south of here. He'd taken over the wheel from the chauffeur. They struck the abutment of a bridge over a tidal creek leading out to Delaware Bay.
Oh?
He was thrown out, and his body was carried into the bay. It was never recovered.
And so our tasty little dish was left with $250,000 life insurance, a huge estate...
John, I simply will not listen to any more of this sort of nonsense. Besides, this is the driveway up to the house. Lovely place, isn't it?
It was lovely. There must have been over an acre of perfectly tended lawns and gardens. And in the middle, atop a slight rise, was the main house, built of solid white stone of some sort. Old, too, but in beautiful condition. This was wealth, all right, and plenty of it. Harry's year-old car looked almost tawdry in this setting. We stopped, went up the broad front steps and across a wide porch and rang the doorbell.
Yes? Oh, Mr. Branson.
That's right.
Mrs. Winters is waiting for you in the sunroom.
Thank you. Come, John.
The butler led us through a large reception room, a huge living room, both of them hung with beautiful prints and paintings, through the walnut-paneled library with its high ceiling and hundreds of leather-bound books. Finally, after passing through a long corridor lined with statues and magnificent vases, we entered the spacious sunroom. There, standing in front of a chair at the window, was a chauffeur. And in the chair sat Betty Charlene Winters.
Mrs. Winters, may I present Special Investigator John Dollar.
Well, she was a cute little thing, that I will say. But instead of a young, blonde, and beautiful, well, let's face it, she was 70 if she was a day. All my dreams of a high old time during a week at a mountain lake suddenly vanished into thin air.
How nice of you to come, Mr. Dollar. Investigator, did you say, Mr. Branson?
Yes.
I see. Well, don't just stand there. Sit down and be comfortable, both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is something wrong, Mr. Dollar?
No, not at all.
Oh, Haskins here's my chauffeur and general handyman.
Hi, Haskins.
Mr. Dollar?
I've just asked him to get the statue ready for our little trip. You may go now, Haskins.
Oh, thank you, madame.
No, wait, please. I wonder if I might see this thing we're taking up to the lake, Mrs. Winters.
Well, of course, it's right there in the corner behind you, Mr. Dollar. The cherub.
Cherub, huh? Oh, This?
Isn't it beautiful?
Well, it was a cherub, all right, about 4 feet high, with a couple of doves fluttering around its feet. At least that's what I gathered from the garish paint on it. Believe me, it looked like something a third grader had slapped together as a joke on his modeling class. Now, I'm no artist, but so help me, I could have done better myself with a handful of mud and with my eyes closed.
An old family piece, Mr. Dollar. Antique.
I started to say what I was thinking, but then Haskins lifted the atrocity off its pedestal and left with it.
Haskins has made a special box for it. He'll place it in the car so we can leave with it tomorrow. You are ready to leave on such short notice, aren't you, Mr. Dollar?
Well, now look, Mrs. Winters,
Yes, his luggage is right outside in my car, Mrs. Winters.
Then, Eric, you may fetch it and put it in one of the guest rooms.
Very good, madam.
By the way, I hope you know how to drive a Pierce Arrow, Mr. Dollar.
Pierce?
Or did you think perhaps Haskins would drive us up to the lake?
Well, I don't know.
No. Haskins is leaving today on his vacation. And I wonder if he will come back.
Why do you say that, Mrs. Winters?
Oh, I've been having some trouble with him.
Oh? I thought you were always eminently satisfied with Haskins.
Until recently. Until the death of my husband. He's been... Well, if he doesn't come back, I shall have to replace him. But now, Mr. Branson...
Yes?
You're a bit of a rascal. You didn't tell me you were bringing a detective to go along with me.
Investigator, Mrs. Winters. Insurance investigator. Since the company wouldn't permit me to issue any special insurance on that thing...
But I'd thought you were going to bring me just some strong bodyguard.
I have known John for many years, Mrs. Winters, and I assure you...
Oh, now, don't apologize. I think this is fine. I just hadn't expected so much. Such a nice, good-looking young... But now come, Mr. Dollar, and I'll show you the rest of the house.
We spent the next hour or so on a tour of the place, and Mrs. Winters pointed out the various works of art destined for specific museums and galleries all over the country after she moved out, after the estate was settled. Then Eric caught up with us and announced that Haskins had created the statue and placed it in the car. You know, I was curious about that car, so we went out to the garage and inspected it. It was a Pierce Arrow, all right. Vintage of 1928, complete with headlights on top of the fenders and as bright and shiny as the day it was made. When I tried to start her, it purred like a contented kitten. With a bass voice, that is. Along about 5 o'clock, Mrs. Winters, with a sparkle in her eye, announced it was cocktail time. Harry, being a teetotaler, decided to leave, but not before I buttonholed him for a quick conference.
What doesn't make sense, John?
Oh, that silly statue, Harry. All the fuss over that piece of junk.
After all, John, with all the big policy she carries with us on the legitimate artwork, well, we just can't afford to displease her.
But if it had any real value...
Perhaps it does to her.
How can it? Unless she has a lot of jewelry hidden away in the base of it or something.
What, John?
Cocktails, she said, and I'm sure ready for them. Go on back to Philly, Harry, and wait for my final report. Well, I must admit that Betty Charlene Winters turned out to be a charming hostess, a very interesting conversationalist. Even long after dinner, over brandy and cigarettes, we chattered away like a couple of magpies. I didn't question her about the statue because I wanted to find out more about it on my own hook. Finally, about midnight, we decided to retire, had a nightcap, and went to our respective rooms. But instead of going to bed, I sat around and read for a few minutes, turned off the light, waited a few minutes more. Then, quietly, I slipped out of my room. That was a mistake, for as I reached the end of the long hall to the stairway, a door behind me suddenly opened. Huh? Who's there? I said, who's... Oh!
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. With the bigger, more impressive kaleidoscopic change of events on the world scene today, we sometimes forget the smaller kaleidoscope, the child's toy, with its ever-changing designs and color. The kaleidoscope is a fantastic experience for any child. That is, any child who can see. But what of those children who cannot experience the ecstatic pleasures of form and color in the ever-changing world about them? This problem has bothered many, and many such people have tried to solve it. One-time soldier in the United States Army, Robert Neiman, is one of them. Captain Kenneth Moyer, also of the Army, is another. Both men, while stationed in Japan recently, set about the task of raising funds for the purpose of providing eye examinations and operations for sightless Japanese children. In return for this gesture, Japanese eye surgeons did not charge for their services. For those children who could not be cured, Braille typewriters were purchased and donated for training purposes in the hope of giving a few more people useful lives. Both Neiman and Moyer worked independently of each other. Neither knew of the other's interest in such a gratifying project. Both have continued the work with enthusiasm. The results of their efforts, when a blind child sees again, or perhaps for the first time, that is their reward. For a child, as for an adult, new sight leads to understanding. And understanding is a building block of freedom, the right of all men, everywhere. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Wayward Widow Matter.
When I came to, it was morning, and I found myself in my pajamas lying comfortably in my bed in the guest room. But there was nothing comfortable about the lump on the back of my head. Whoever had slugged me out there in the hall had meant business. I got up painfully, went down the hall, and made a quick check of the room from which the attacker had surprised me. It was just another guest room. I showered, dressed, and went downstairs, where I found Mrs. Winters at the breakfast table. She was very much distressed over what had happened and suggested we go out and look in the trunk of the car immediately.
There now. Do you see, Mr. Dollar, the box with his statue in it hasn't been touched. I don't understand it.
Where is your chauffeur, Mrs. Winters?
Why, Haskins left on his vacation last evening. I thought I told you. But surely you don't think Haskins...
Well, you said you were having trouble with him. Maybe we'd better open that box to make sure that...
But it hasn't been touched. And I'm the only one who has a key to that little lock on it.
Yeah, I see. But now it's pretty logical to assume that whoever slugged me last night was interested in... Hey, Mrs. Winters, how long has Eric, your butler, been with you?
Why, Eric, the dear boy, has been with me for nearly 30 years. But good heavens, you surely don't suspect him of anything like this. He's a very fine person, Mr. Dollar, and a perfect gentleman. Oh, certainly more of a gentleman than my late husband ever was, in spite of his money.
Oh?
I must confess that although his death was a terrible shock, life has been a great deal easier for me since he passed away.
Just how do you mean that, Mrs. Winters?
No, well, why talk about it? Something that... Oh, why not talk about it? I married Charles for his money, Mr. Dollar. I'd never got any further than the front line of the chorus until he came along. Would you believe that I was a chorus girl?
Well, as a matter...
And the wealth and the luxury that he could give me was very attractive, was very satisfying for a long, long time. But for the past 10 or 15 years, maybe more, he insisted that we just stay penned up in this musty old museum he called a home.
And what happened?
While all our friends were traveling around the world, seeing new places and new people, we just sat here looking at four walls and at each other. Except for a couple of blessed months up at the lake. You'll love the place up there, Mr. Dollar. It's new and fresh and modern. I had it built over his protests. Young people came to see us, and it was such a relief from a... Well, I'm sorry. This must be so boring for you to hear.
Not at all.
Now, look. Why don't we call the police in about this thing that has happened to you? Come, we'll go right back into the house and
Wait a
we'll
minute. No, let's not. A bunch of policemen prowling around would scare him off, whoever he is.
But suppose you're attacked again.
Well, at least I'm ready for it now.
I just don't like your taking this chance. Of course, we could leave. Go up to the lake.
Run away from him?
Well, yes.
Oh. Of course, it might prove whether he's interested in the statue. If he follows us, I mean.
Oh, dear. Why don't you let me call the police?
Only if you think they ought to be around here to protect the house while we're gone.
No, that isn't necessary. We have a very efficient burglar alarm system.
Well, it doesn't look as though it was working very well last night, does it? Unless it was someone in the house who attacked me. Who else is there besides you and Eric?
No one, except the cook.
Male or female?
Oh, no, Mr. Dollar, not Martha. Why, the poor dear is nearly as old as I am, and a real companion for me. Sounds strange, I know, but we're real nice friends.
All right, let's go back in, have our breakfast, pack our things, and go on up to the lake. Eric, who served the breakfast and whom I hadn't seen since dinner last evening, kept giving me a rather strange look. And as soon as breakfast was over, I quickly stuffed my things into my handbag and headed down to the garage. Eric was waiting for me there. He insisted that he put my things into the trunk of the car, which killed any chance I might have had to pry open the box with the statue. I started to question him about the night before, but as it turned out, my questions were quite unnecessary.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, it was I who carried you back to your room and put you to bed.
Oh?
You see, I was making a final inspection of the house, as I always do after everyone else has retired. I'm always concerned about the many valuable things we have.
I don't blame you.
Well, I was on my way up the main staircase when I heard you fall.
I was slugged.
Forgive me, sir, but when I found you there at the head of the stairs, I thought your condition was due to... you must pardon me, sir, but was due perhaps to having imbibed too much brandy after dinner?
Not a bit of it. Somebody barged out of that guest room and struck me from behind.
But I saw no sign of anyone else about.
You're sure?
Most certain, sir.
Was this fancy burglar alarm system you have turned on?
Yes, sir.
Well, then whoever did it either stayed in the house until this morning or knew the place well enough to get out without setting off the alarm.
But I don't see how that would be... Have you called the police, sir?
No, and we're not going to. Mrs. Winters and I are leaving for the lake just as quickly as possible.
But don't you think this is sufficiently serious to warrant...
Don't forget one thing, Eric. It was pretty dark in that hall. The attack might have been intended for you.
Good heavens. But why, sir?
I don't know.
Oh, dear.
Oh, there you are. Eric, you may fetch my bags from my room while Mr. Dollar and I planned the trip.
Very well, madam.
Oh, you don't know how glad I'll be to get there. It's such a relief from this place. And all the things associated with it. I'll be so glad when Charles' estate is settled and I can sell this old house and just Martha and I can stay at the lake. Oh, I know all the paintings and things are all very fine and valuable. I'm so tired of looking at them.
Well, then why do you take this so-called, I beg your pardon, this statue up to the lake?
Well, this is different.
Oh, yeah, I'll grant you it is a bit different from the other things that... Oh, well, let's talk about it along the way. But we didn't. Simply because I didn't bring up the subject again. Why not? Because a couple of pretty wild ideas had begun to peck away at the back of my brain. Ideas just crazy enough to have some basis in fact. The 1928 Pierce Arrow ran like a dream in spite of its advanced age. And Mrs. Winters, in spite of her advanced age, kept the conversation going at a merry clip. There was a sparkling, almost buoyancy about her. And the hunch that had hit me began to grow. We crossed the Delaware River at New Hope on Route 202, and in Lambertville, we stopped at the sign of the Flying Red Horse to gas up the car. That's item 2470. While the attendant was busy with that and checking the tires and battery and so forth, I made some excuse or other and stepped around to the telephone booth at the back.
Harry Branson here.
Harry, I want you to drive out to the Winters home in Bryn Mawr again.
Oh, what for?
Just do it, right away. Then call me up at the lake.
Well, whatever you say, John, but I wish you'd tell me...
Gotta go now. Goodbye. The rest of the trip through the pretty North Jersey countryside was uneventful. And finally, north and east of the little town of Andover, we came to Lake Wawayanda. We drove along a private road to the far end of it, and there, perched on a little cliff above a deep basin, was a real smart, modern brick and glass home.
That's right. Straight up the little hill and park in front of the garage.
Little hill? I just hope we can make it.
Right here.
I hope the brakes will hold, or this thing could roll right on back into the lake.
Oh, and the lake is so deep right there. Nearly 100 feet. An old mine or something before the water came up.
Oh, this is a pretty dangerous driveway. Here now, let me help you.
Thank you. One of the first things I'm going to do is have this driveway built up and leveled off and a big stone wall built around it.
Yeah, you'd better. Careful now. This is pretty steep.
Oh, listen.
Yeah?
Telephone is ringing inside the house.
Oh, well, let me have the key and I'll go in and answer it for you.
I'll answer it. You can unpack the car while I do.
I suspected the call was from me, but didn't want to say as much. So I opened the car trunk and proceeded to take out the luggage and the big, clumsy box for the statue. The box was heavy, very heavy. And I wondered how Haskins, the chauffeur, had been able to pick up and carry the statue so easily back in Bryn Mawr. I finally got the box perched on the edge of the car trunk when Mrs. Winters called to me.
It's for you, Mr. Dollar. It's Mr. Branson.
Oh, okay, I'll take it. Leaving the box there on his precarious perch, I went on up to the house.
Right here in the front hall, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, all right, thanks.
I'll go on out to the car and get my coat and purse.
Yeah. Johnny Dollar.
John, this is awful. Terrible. As I just told Mrs. Winters, this is... Well, I couldn't believe it. How did you know?
How did I know what?
Eric, the butler.
Yeah?
Dead. He's dead. And John,
Dead from what? How did he die?
He apparently fell down the main staircase. The poor cook, Martha, is the only other person in the house. She's beside herself.
Yeah, I'll bet she is.
But whatever made you suspect something was wrong out here?
Call the police, Harry. Make sure they look for a possible blow on the head that might have been delivered before he fell.
What?
Mr. Dollar, it's going to fall.
So long, Harry.
Oh, dear. Oh, Mr. Dollar, oh, dear.
Fell off the back of the car, huh?
Yes, the big box. I must have bumped it when I reached into the trunk for my weekend case.
Bounced right down into the lake, huh?
Yes, my beautiful little statue is at the bottom of the lake.
Oh, well, don't worry, Mrs. Winters. We'll get it back. I'll have a diver come up here.
No. It's all right. We'll leave it there.
Huh?
No, you were right. It'd only be another memory of the musty old house in Bryn Mawr. It has no place here where everything is so fresh and new and clean.
We'll get it back.
But it really had no actual value. You were right, Mr. Dollar. It's better to just... Yes, we'll leave it there.
Sorry, Mrs. Winters, but that's where you're wrong.
Why, Mr. Dollar?
We'll get it back, all right. And whatever's in it.
Oh, dear. I suppose I might have known.
Expense account item 3, $290 even for the diver who came over from New York and retrieved the box from the deep hole in the lake. 2 boxes, as a matter of fact. One with Haskins' body in it, and the other with the body of Charles Winters, the body that was supposed to have been washed out to sea after a car accident. The story?
Well, of course. After Haskins got rid of Charles for me, I had to do something about him. Or rather, we did. Martha, you know. He's such a wonderful friend.
Was Haskins the one who slugged me?
Yes, so foolish of him, wasn't it? But he'd heard Mr. Branson say you were an investigator, and it frightened him. Worried me a little, too. Well, he might have killed you, too, if Eric hadn't stopped him. And, of course, Eric knew that Haskins had unwittingly made this second box for his own body.
So now Eric's gone. Martha, huh?
Yes, she did it. But she had to put him away.
Oh, yeah.
You see, he was the one who took care of Haskins for us. And we couldn't have him around knowing everything. Oh, dear. Martha and I had planned so many wonderful things together. But now... Oh, dear.
Expense account total, including incidentals and transportation back to Hartford, $365.50. Remarks? Well, I'd rather not say how I feel about a case like this, Harry. A whole crime wave by a couple of apparently sweet old ladies. The legal procedures, and there'll be plenty of them, are up to you and the company, as well as recovery of the insurance paid on poor old Charles Winters. Hey, next time, give me a case that doesn't turn my stomach, will you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a taste of the Old West and a taste of lead from a .38 Colt. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Harry Bartell, Eric Snowden, and Frank Gerstle. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Joe Walters speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
It's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. This is Art Price, International Press Service.
Oh, holy smoke, Art. What are you doing up at this hour of the morning?
I'm on the night desk, and I'm sorry to have to wake you up.
So am I.
Listen, I just got a call. A real frantic one from a guy who insisted on having your phone number.
Well, did you give it to him?
He said he's an insurance man, and it was about some insurance matter, so yes, I did.
Well, why'd he call you?
Yeah, that puzzles me too, but he was so excited, so frantic. Well, he probably called the first person he could think of. And he said it was a big emergency.
Oh, did he give you any details?
No. And, Johnny, it's aroused my curiosity. Let me know what it's all about, will you?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Promise?
Okay, Art, promise.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. The State Unity Life Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the ghost-to-ghost matter. I'd no sooner rolled over in the hope of getting back to sleep when the phone beside my bed started jangling again. Oh, nuts. Johnny Dollar.
This is Oscar H. Trimley, Mr. Dollar.
Trimley?
I represent State Unity Life here in Lake City, New Jersey.
Oh, look, are you the man who called Art Price over at International Press Service?
Yes, I did get your phone number. I knew he'd have it, you're being such a famous investigator and all that.
Yeah, well, you could also have got it from Universal Adjustment Bureau, your insurance directory, the long-distance operator.
Oh, dear, I guess I've been so upset over this whole thing that it never occurred to me, but can you come down here to Lake City, Mr. Dollar, right away?
Well, it depends. What's this all about?
Ian McAndrews.
Who's Ian McAndrews?
Oh, don't you know? He's the man who founded Lake City.
So what's happened to him?
He's dead, Mr. Dollar, or rather, he isn't.
Huh?
Well, that is to say, he died, Mr. Dollar, about 5 years ago.
And?
Well, in due time, of course, we paid off the claim on his life insurance policy, $55,000. Everything in order and perfectly all right.
Well, then?
But now... Oh, no, Mr. Dollar, you just won't believe it unless you come here and see for yourself.
Oh, won't believe what?
Ian McAndrews has come back.
Huh?
Either he or his ghost has come back here.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
No, it's true. It's absolutely true, sir. Ian McAndrews is haunting Lake City. So please come as quickly as you can.
I'll think about it.
Oh, dear, is that the best answer you can give me?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, until I see how things line up for me these next couple of days. Goodbye, Mr. Trimley. Think about it. I can hardly wait to grab a train. But I didn't want Oscar Trimley to know that. Because I had a strong suspicion that if you can catch a ghost off guard, you'll be one up on him. Expense account item 1, the promise phone call to Art Price in International Press.
Are you kidding, Johnny?
No, I'm deadly serious, Art.
But a ghost in a little New Jersey.
Yep, I'll keep in touch. Then I remembered Nancy. Nancy Turner, an old flame, or rather, a young old flame. She'd said something one time about taking up investigation of the supernatural. So, expense account item 2, another dime for another call.
You old rascal, Johnny, you haven't called me in ages.
Well, you know how it is. Look, Nancy, did you ever go ahead with your study of psychic investigation?
Psychic... Oh, no, Johnny. I found I'd have to read a couple of hundred musty old books, so I gave it up.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Oh, why?
Well, I've got to run over to Jersey to investigate a haunted town.
A haunted town? How thrilling.
Except that such a thing is impossible.
Oh, it is?
Sure, but I'd kind of thought that maybe you were still... Well, I guess we better forget it.
Forget it, nothing. I'm going with you.
Oh, now, wait,
No excuses. I'll put on my face and another dress and be waiting by the time you can get here.
Yeah, but look, honey,
Huh? Johnny.
Okay, Nancy, I'll pick you up. Item 3, 1085, taxi and train for 2 to New York. Item 4, $50, deposit on a rental car when we got into Grand Central Station. We crossed over into Jersey and hit Route 22 for Somerville and points west. And every mile of the way, Nancy chattered away like a magpie.
It was a small town
She
in
kept
England.
quoting some of the stuff she had read on the subject. A lot of authorities who decided that some of the reports on haunted towns and houses and people, things like that, had decided there was something really supernatural about them. And you know, after a while, I began to wonder. Yep, I began to wonder.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband. Donald! Donald!
I'm out here on the back porch, honey.
Oh, there you are. Honey, why on earth did you choose a time like this to clean your hunting rifle? We're due at the Jamesons at 7.
I'm ready, honey. All I have to do is wash my hands. I'll finish this tomorrow. Be with you in a jiffy.
Donald, come back here.
Oh, now, what's the matter, Reba?
Are you going to leave this hunting rifle right out here in plain sight?
Nobody's going to bother it. The kids are asleep and we'll be gone. I don't think our babysitter will bother anything. She's got her homework to do.
Those are famous last words if I ever heard them. Donald, don't you realize that accidental death by firearms ranks second only to deaths from fall, fire, and poison?
Yeah, but the kids are in bed.
Well, sure they are. But what if our 6-year-old Marshall Dillon should wander out to the kitchen for a drink of water? You know, he'd love to play with his gun.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, please put it away under lock and key.
Yes, dear, yes, right away.
And for heaven's sakes, take those shells, too. You know, many accidents happen when bullets are thrown into a fire or hit with a hammer. Those things are dangerous. You ought to know that.
I know, honey. I guess I just wasn't thinking.
The unloaded gun and ammunition lying around the house is even more dangerous than itchy-fingered hunters. Statistics prove that.
Okay, there. Everything is safe under lock and key. Now, you still angry with me?
Oh, Donald, I don't want to sound like a nagging wife, but...
My dear, you have every right to reprimand me. Me, a non-commissioned officer. I should know better. But that's the way it goes. We forget. That's why there are accidents in the field, out hunting, and in the home. We all know better. We just forget or get careless with firearms. Well, come on along. Let's get over to the Jamesons.
Okay, dear.
Now, this won't happen again, believe me. You know, I wouldn't have started to clean that rifle if you hadn't taken so long to get dressed. But you sure did a good job. Oh, you look beautiful.
That's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Ghost-to-Ghost Matter.
Lake City, nestled in among the soft, rolling North Jersey hills. But a kind of has-been town. I saw the reason for that in the abandoned mill, the old McAndrews cotton mill at one side of the lake. The same old story, I guess. When a town's main industry closes down, it kind of goes to pot. Nonetheless, it was a charming little place. Population, maybe 400 or 500. When we finally located Oscar Trembley's insurance office, we found a bit of a gathering there.
And Mr. Dollar, that is Miss Turner and Mr. Dollar. This is Charlie Reed.
Hi, very happy to know you.
Foster and Tony Gray. We're sort of local businessmen's club, Johnny, you know.
Okay, then let's get to the point.
Sit down.
Thank you.
Johnny, I thought over the phone that you were turning us down.
Well, I changed my mind, and when I thought of Nancy and her knowledge of the supernatural...
Good. That's what we need.
Yes, you're right.
Well, I am interested in the subject.
We're all a little worried about it.
Tony isn't kidding.
I think we're a pretty level-headed bunch, but, well, this thing has us scared. That's putting it mildly.
If it really is his ghost that's plaguing us...
Oh, now, you don't seriously believe in ghosts.
I'll tell you this. I never did before, but now, well, wait and you'll see.
Gee, Johnny.
Well, suppose you tell me what's going on.
Well...
No, Johnny. You'll have to see for yourself.
And here.
Yes, Charlie, and here. And that means waiting until midnight.
Midnight?
Sure, Mr. Dollar.
Well, just why, Bill?
You'll see.
Yes, and meantime, you can look around...
Say, aren't you quite a fisherman, Johnny?
Oh, I'd rather fish than eat, but now look, if you...
Oh, I love to fish, too.
Good. The lake's full of nice bass. Charlie, you can fix them up with a boat, can't you?
Sure can.
Yes, but if I'm going to investigate...
Tony, you arrange for a place for Miss Turner to stay overnight.
Be glad to.
Well, now...
And Johnny, you'll stay at my home, all right?
Fine, but now at least tell me...
No, I want you to see for yourself at midnight. Now, meantime, good fishing.
Right. I've got to get back to the shop before Mrs. Bixley starts screaming about her high five. See you later.
Yeah, and I'll come back to the office and arrange somewhere for Miss Turner to stay. See you later.
See you, Tony. Now, if you folks will come over to the print shop with me, we'll pick up the keys to my boat and some tackle, and you can be on your way.
Look, can't you at least give me some idea?
Nope, not a thing until midnight. Oh, and we'll all have dinner together at the hotel.
Mr. Trimley...
Well, you ready, Mr. Turner? Johnny?
You fellas are the boss, I guess. Fishing, Nancy?
I'd love it.
I'll even give you some of the fast strike hooks I use.
Okay, then, let's go. There was something slightly screwy about the whole thing. And I don't mean just the talk of a ghost. But when I go fishing, and at company expense, well, who's to complain? So Nancy and I spent the rest of the day on the lake. Matter of fact, she caught the big one. By dinner time, we were starved, and the little hotel served us not only excellent cocktails, but a regular banquet, complete with champagne.
You enjoying it, Miss Turner?
I love it. Only why don't you call me Nancy?
Sure, why not?
Charlie, I'll tell your wife.
Now, Tony, you stay out of this.
Mr. Trimley, about this ghost
This champagne, you know, comes from the old Leland Stanford vineyard.
Oh, yes, and it's fine.
Finest I know.
But it's time we talk about your ghost.
Say, you land any big ones out on the lake?
Yeah, Bill. Nancy got a 4-pounder. But now listen, will you...
Another thing about this fine California
Say, didn't
wine.
I see you navigating the boat, Nancy?
Listen, will you please...
Fella got one last year, weighed 6.5
Look, fellas.
He caught it over near the old cotton.
Hey, fellas, look, please, will you tell me a little bit about... All I want to know is... So, I got nowhere. But then, finally, after a lot more food and wine and chatter, we drove off in Tony's car.
Now, I'm stopping here in the middle of town, Johnny, because it's the best place to be when things start popping.
Like what? Hey, when are you fellas going to stop this runaround and start making sense?
You'll see.
I'm all excited.
Look, Johnny.
Yeah, Charlie?
You see the old tower clock? Almost midnight.
So what about it?
Old McAndrews passed away at the stroke of midnight, Johnny. Personally, I think that has something to do with this.
You still haven't told me with what?
Wait. Listen. There goes the tower clock.
Oh, midnight.
Count them, Johnny. That was 4, 5...
And Johnny, see how all the lights are flickering along the streets?
That happens every night?
And no reason for it.
Look, bats.
Huh?
Millions of bats coming out of that clock tower.
Yeah, I see him. But I don't... What under the sun is that?
That's the ghost, wailing.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
That scream fills the air, comes from everywhere.
Oh, it's a horrible sound. Johnny.
Easy, honey.
No, listen. Didn't you hear? That clock struck 13.
Yes, Johnny.
Why, yes.
You ask me, the devil's in old McAndrew's ghost. That's why it comes out of his house every night.
Out of his house?
Right, Johnny. And wait till you see what's there.
Right.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Do you know who said, "They that can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety"? Those words were written by Benjamin Franklin in the year 1759. Even before the United States of America had come into being, Franklin realized that the path toward freedom was a difficult one. He knew that there would be many people who would prefer easier paths to the difficult one that led toward freedom. These people, he felt, did not deserve to enjoy freedom. Just as there were in Ben Franklin's time, there are people today who would choose what looks like the safe and easy way to protect American freedom. They would be willing to sacrifice some of their liberties in order to be comfortable. But the surrender of a little freedom soon leads to the surrender of all freedom. Liberty can be protected only by constant vigilance and the willingness to fight to protect it, if necessary. Remember the words of Benjamin Franklin. They are part of your American heritage. Temporary safety must never be purchased at the price of liberty.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Ghost-to-Ghost Matter.
Is the front door of this old house always left wide open?
Yeah, Johnny. Sure you want to go in?
Sure. Come along, Nancy.
I'm coming. If only there was more light around. Oh!
Oh, that's nice. Slammed right in our faces.
I knew it.
Unlocked, though. Let me have that flashlight, Tony.
Here.
No sign of wires or strings on it. Come on.
Okay. Come on, fellas. Now, Johnny.
Yeah, Bill?
As you can see, there's just one big room downstairs here.
Johnny.
Easy, Nancy, easy.
Don't you see that?
Look, I admit this is all pretty strange, but a ghost.
Well, what else? We've been over this house with a fine-tooth comb.
Hey, listen. You hear that?
Somebody's walking on the ceiling. Listen. Oh.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff you hear.
Poltergeist, noisy spirits. You can hear them, but you can't see them.
Don't you see, Johnny? It can't be anything normal or natural.
Is that the end?
No, sir. The old ghost has a regular... See? Hear those shutters banging? There's no wind out there.
Why didn't you tell me it'd be like this, Johnny? Let's...
Look. Yeah. Lights moving around somewhere outside.
You can see the reflection in the trees.
But they're green. Ghost lights. Oh! Johnny, look. There's a rocking chair. It's rocking.
In front of the window, where old McAndrews used to sit and look out on the town before he died.
Give me the flashlight.
Here.
No strings or wires on this either.
Well, that's the end of it. The same crazy routine every night.
It's the ghost of Ian McAndrews. That's all there is to it.
Well, from what you fellas have shown me tonight, it kind of looks that way.
It is, Johnny.
But tomorrow I want to investigate these things in broad daylight. I investigated, all right, the old house, the clock tower, everything I could find. And thanks to the help of the boys, we covered a lot of ground. Result? Nothing. Meantime, I noticed that the town, the sleepy little town of Lake City, was being mobbed. People from all over, streets jammed with cars. And as we sat down at lunch in the hotel...
Miss, waitress, will you please bring me another cup of... Oh, dear, she didn't hear me.
Where'd they all come from?
Yeah, business has certainly picked up around here.
Why, yes, I'd noticed that.
Any idea why, Bill?
Not the least. No wonder Tony couldn't be with us for lunch. And Charlie's at his print shop getting out an extra.
Hey, excuse me. Aren't you Johnny Dollar, the investigator?
Yeah, that's right.
Man, can I use you? Now, just let me get a picture.
Well, now, wait. Hey,
Hold it. Okay, Johnny. Thanks a lot.
Hey, that photographer's from one of the New York papers.
No kidding.
Oh, really?
Listen, if Art Price at International Press gave out the word about this ghost story...
Oh, now, Johnny...
Okay, Nancy, you all finished?
Uh-huh.
Then, Oscar, Bill, we're going to leave the check with you and pull out.
You mean leave town?
Yep, going back to Hartford.
Well, Johnny...
I've investigated, I've come up with nothing. So there's no point in staying around any longer.
Oh, Johnny.
Thanks a lot, fellas. And, Oscar, I'll send you my expense account. Come on, Nancy. Give up? Hardly. Sure, Nancy and I hit the highway, but for only a few miles. Then shortly after dark, we drove back. And for a couple of hours, for 3 or 4 hours... Well, anyhow, shortly before midnight, Nancy and I walked quietly up on the porch of Oscar Trembley's insurance office.
You mean you didn't leave a message at my office to be here tonight?
I certainly didn't. I found a message from Charlie.
Are you kidding? Somebody left a message at my print shop to be here.
And I got one at my radio shop.
Well, I'll be
Good girl,
darned.
Nancy.
Now, I
And,
want...
of course, they couldn't know your handwriting.
Wait a minute. There's somebody outside.
Huh?
Johnny.
What's this for?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Why, I thought you'd left town, Johnny.
What are you doing back
Yeah,
here?
that's right. I wanted you to think so. Well, listen. The old tower clock has started to strike midnight.
Oh, yeah, that's 5, 6.
Boys, I suddenly realized that in all my investigation this morning, I was being handicapped by what I thought was help.
What do you mean,
Handicap.
Johnny?
Yeah, what's that?
I had too much help. 2 or 3 of you were with me every second.
Oh, we wanted to be sure you wouldn't overlook anything.
That's right.
You wanted to be sure I would overlook a few things.
Huh?
Hey, now, wait. That's 11, 12. Well, hey, it only struck 12.
Yeah, that's right.
No ghostly wail tonight, is there?
I know.
No, fellas, no. Because the ghost is no more.
You, found the ghost, Johnny?
I found out that he's one of you, maybe all of you.
Oh, no, what are you talking about?
Alone, without your careful guidance, I finally located that sub-cellar in the old McAndrews house.
You did?
And that mess of complicated electrical stuff that was making the weird sound effects, the rocking chair, the banging shutters, and so on. Very clever. Your handiwork, Bill?
Sure. But Johnny...
Oh, fellas, it was a wonderful publicity stunt, especially after international press was notified.
But you did that.
Not only for your radio and electronics shop, Bill, for your real estate business, Tony, your print shop and newspaper, Charlie, and your insurance business, Oscar.
Well, now,
but for the
Johnny,
whole town. It's going to put Lake City on the map again. Which is to say, the motive wasn't entirely selfish.
No, of course it wasn't.
Okay, man. And because of that, and that alone, I won't give you away. Provided the ghost of Ian McAndrews never walks the streets of Lake City again.
Well, you can be sure of that, Johnny, darling.
I don't know. I suppose I ought to really hit you over the head with this expense account. But after all, the cause was a kind of worthy one. So I'll be honest with it for a change. And it was fun to have Nancy Turner along. Expense account total, including mileage on the rental car, less deposit, $31.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Forrest Lewis, Joseph Kearns, Russell Thorson, Sam Edwards, and Bob Bruce. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Yeah, Johnny Dollar.
This is Peter Hanley at Weston, Maryland.
Maritime and Property Insurance?
Holy, look, do you always start making calls at 4 a.m., Mr. Hanley?
I had to phone clear across the country, Mr. Dollar, to find out that you're right here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's right. The Beverly Hilton out here in Beverly Hills.
Good.
But I've cleared up the case that brought me here, so as soon as I have breakfast, if they serve it at this unearthly hour, I'll pack up my bags and go back to Hartford.
Please don't.
Oh, what's up?
One of our clients is about to present us with a claim that I think you ought to investigate. As long as you're right here.
Yeah, what sort of a claim?
For the loss of his yacht,
How much of a claim?
between $150,000 and $250,000.
Wowee.
You know where Malibu Beach is?
Yeah, sure, up the coast a few miles. Used to be a famous movie colony, that sort of thing.
That's the place. Well, if you can find some means of transportation, I'll meet you at the Malibu Pier.
On expense account, Mr. Hanley, I can find anything.
Well, now, look here.
And on a claim that could run to $250,000, I'm sure you won't be chintzy.
Mr. Dollar.
I'll see you at the Malibu Pier.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Maritime and Property Insurance Company, Los Angeles, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Malibu mystery matter. Expense account item 1, $2.25 for a fancy breakfast in my room at the Beverly Hilton. Item 2, $50 deposit on the best-looking rental car I could find. I drove out Santa Monica Boulevard to the Coast Highway, then north along the edge of the Blue Pacific, some 12 or 13 miles to Malibu, where a long fishing pier stuck out into the ocean. Cars were parked for half a mile on either side of the pier entrance, and it looked as though half the population of L.A. was crowded out on the pier itself. Thanks to an ambulance that pulled away from the curb and headed south toward town, I found a parking space.
Mr. Dollar? Here.
Oh, hi, Mr. Hanley.
Come along out on the pier.
All right. What's all the mob so early in the morning?
Apparently, word of an accident like this gets around quickly.
What kind of an accident?
Don't you see the Coast Guard vessels out there circling around?
Yeah. Did this boat you were talking about sink out there?
The Tatus, Mr. Dollar, a $150,000 diesel yacht.
What happened to her?
Apparently, it just blew up.
Survivors?
Mr. and Mrs. Randolph Merrill and the steward and deckhand managed to get into the launch they used for tender. They were picked up by the Coast Guard. The skipper went down with the yacht. At least no trace of his body has been found as yet. Captain Rawlins.
Well, you people just have to get back off the pit. Oh, Mr. Hanley.
Now, this is Johnny Dollar, special investigator for my insurance company. Captain Rawlins of the Coast Guard.
Mr. Dollar?
Hi, Captain.
Have you found anything out there, Captain?
Not a sign of the Tatus, Mr. Hanley. Yeah, it's mighty deep water. And I'm afraid that, like Mr. Merrill and his wife told us, she just blew herself to smithereens.
Yeah. Even from here, I can see some wreckage floating in.
Well, they're all working around the oil slick out there, so the grapples ought to be able to find something down below. Some traces of a hull or machinery or something.
When did it happen?
Oh, 2.5 hours ago. One of our craft got up here from Santa Monica Harbor not more than 40 minutes after she went down.
How'd you find out about it?
Phone call from somebody living along the beach. Tater stood out there blowing a whistle and foghorn, woke him up. By the time he got out of bed, well, he said it looked like a regular fireworks display.
About a half mile offshore, huh?
You see where they put a marker buoy?
Yeah. Wouldn't the wind and current move that slick and whatever wreckage there is?
No wind. That's why there's still some fog out there. And they're allowing for drift. Don't worry, if there's anything left of the Tatus, those boys will find it. Now, excuse me, will you please? I got to keep a check on operations out there.
Yeah, sure, Captain. See you later. Hanley, you say Mr. and Mrs. Merrill are okay, huh?
Yes. If the Coast Guard in Santa Monica are through with them, they're probably back at their home in Westwood.
I think I'd like to talk to them.
By all means.
Though I don't exactly see any particular reason for investigation.
It's company policy, Mr. Dollar, on any claim over $100,000.
Yeah, but the claim can't have been made yet.
Don't worry, it will be.
Wait a minute. $150,000 yacht. But you said the claim could go as high as $250,000.
Yes, that's because of Mrs. Merrill's jewelry, which she always took with her.
Oh, was that lost, too?
I don't know. I haven't yet talked to her.
Then let's do it.
Well, if it hadn't been for a friend of mine living up on the hill behind the beach who was also wakened and saw the explosion, I wouldn't have known about it even this soon.
Yeah. Well, come on, let's talk to the Merrills. Pete Hanley had his own car, so I tailed him to the Merrill home in Westwood. It was in a nice, but certainly not a fancy section. I'd have thought a man with a $150,000 yacht would live in the snooty Bel Air property, the Brentwood Hills, Pacific Palisades. One of the sections that displayed a little more wealth. However, Mr. Merrill pretty well explained it.
And quite frankly, when I had to take such a loss in selling out my plastics business, I decided we'd better retrench a bit.
And really, Mr. Dollar, I don't miss that lovely big place we had in Bel Air one bit. After all, they're just the two of us, and we don't do a lot of entertaining. More coffee?
No, thanks.
As a matter of fact, Dollar, I was thinking of selling the taters for, well, to be frank about it, for purely economic reasons.
Oh? Wouldn't it have been pretty hard to get your price for a boat like that?
Possibly. Quite frankly, the maintenance on it alone became quite a burden after I lost my business. But no matter. Now the insurance will pay for her.
Mr. and Mrs. Merrill, there is one thing that I must find out.
Yes, Mr. Hanley.
Mrs. Merrill's jewelry.
No, thank heavens. No, that's safe.
Oh, careful, dear, of the glass top on that table.
Oh, sorry.
No, you see, Mr. Hanley, the jewels were the first thing I thought of when the engine on the Tatus started making funny sounds and woke me up.
Well, I am glad of that.
Here they are, all safe and sound in the little casket I keep them in. Oh, look at them, Mr. Dollar. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, very. But now suppose you tell me just what happened out there on the yacht. They said they'd been cruising peacefully up the coast, all hands on board asleep except for the skipper at the wheel. Then the engine started making strange sounds, shaking the whole yacht. The Merrills and the crew jumped out of their beds and rushed on deck. By then, the captain had discovered something wrong with the fuel system, so he ordered them off from the tender while he tried to operate the extinguisher system. Then, barely minutes after they'd cleared her side, came a series of explosions. And that was the last they saw of the Tatus and her captain. As for the Merrills, they were humbly glad they'd been lucky enough to escape. Lucky? Suddenly, sitting there, idly toying with the jewels, I discovered something that... Yeah, believe me, this case did need investigation. Needed it bad.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband. Hi, honey. Did you fix the windshield wipers?
I sure did, Reba. How's that?
Oh, you fixed them. Good for you, Donald.
Thank you, my dear. Well, that's that. Now, if it rains, we're prepared for it, huh? I feel better now.
Oh, me too. A driver has to see the danger if he expects to avoid it.
That's right. And also keep the back and side windows clear in rain and snowy weather.
That's right. Oh, how about the horn?
The horn?
The horn doesn't work, Sergeant. Aren't you going to fix it?
No, I don't think so. Frankly, Reba, I hate horns. Whenever there's a traffic jam, the first thing some guys do is blow their horn.
Which does absolutely no good.
Of course not. All it does is jar everyone's nerves. No, I don't think I'll fix the horn.
Oh, but now wait a minute, Don. Look, supposing we're driving along and suddenly we see a youngster on his bicycle headed right out into the street. Sounding that horn will warn him and possibly avoid a tragic accident.
Yes, that's true, but...
Or supposing we're driving on the highway, and just as we're about to pass a car, that car decides to pull out into our lane and pass the car ahead of him. He obviously doesn't see us. He won't hear us shout. But one little beep on that horn, and he'll automatically scoot back and avoid a collision.
Reba, you've convinced me. Even though it can be a nuisance, the automobile horn is a necessity.
Then you'll repair it?
Immediately.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Malibu Mystery Matter.
Remember when you were a kid and first found out about how mercury would plate a piece of gold, make it look like silver? How you went around putting it on everything made of gold that you could find? And remember when you first learned that a diamond could put a scratch on glass? How you went around with your mother's engagement ring, cutting grooves in window panes, glass tabletops, and so on? Okay. Sitting there, listening to the Merrills tell about the explosion on their yacht, I toyed with some of the beautiful jewelry Mrs. Merrill had been able to save. Jewelry insured for $100,000. Absent-mindedly, I dragged the diamond in one of her rings across the glass top of the coffee table a couple of times. Then again with pressure. And it did not cut into the glass. I tried a couple of the other so-called diamonds among her jewels. Same result. No result. Those highly insured jewels were paste.
Well, Mr. Dollar, it looks like we have the whole story now.
Yeah, it sure looks that way.
And, Mr. Merrill, whenever you're ready, you just file your claim and we'll take care of it.
All right, Mr. Hanley. And quite frankly, well, why kid about it? Now that I've lost my business, I can well use the money.
Oh? Then I'm kind of surprised you haven't sold some of these jewels.
Dollar, there is a thing called sentiment that even money can't buy.
Why, of course, Mr. Dollar. Before I part with these jewels...
Yes, I'm sure. Shall we go, Hanley?
But if you're perfectly satisfied with the Merrill's account of the wreck, why go back to Malibu?
Did I say I was perfectly satisfied, Hanley? Look, wouldn't you feel a lot better if that wreck could be located, maybe brought up for examination?
Well, yes, but we're certainly lucky Mrs. Merrill saved that fortune in jewelry.
What jewelry?
What are you talking about? You saw it yourself.
Did I?
And it's covered for $100,000.
That jewelry that she showed me?
Of course. What are you getting at, Dollar?
Look, I take it Merrill's business came a cropper, huh?
Why, yes, he simply bit off more than he could chew. You know, overestimated his market, overexpanded. Matter of fact, I've been thankful these past couple of years that I didn't fall for his pitch and invest in it. Merrill's quite a promoter, you know.
You mean a crook?
Well, I didn't say that, no, but his Bel Air estate, where they used to live, his yacht, her jewelry, that sort of thing. They were all to impress the people he got to finance his ventures.
A real fast guy was somebody else's buck, huh?
Yeah, I guess you could say that about him.
So that's why you wanted me to investigate this so-called accident to his yacht.
No, not at all, as I told you. What do you mean by so-called?
Hanley, you say a friend of yours actually saw the explosion.
That's how I learned of it almost as soon as the Coast Guard. But now...
And if you know the address, that's where we're going.
I told you, he lives up on a hill overlooking Malibu Beach.
Only first we're going to stop at the Santa Monica Coast Guard station and pick up a chart or two.
Why?
Also, if you know a good surveyor, we'll take him along with us.
Dollar?
Yeah, Hanley? I've got an idea that may save your company a lot of money. At the Coast Guard station, we picked up a navigation chart and a topographical map of the Malibu area. Then we picked up a surveyor named Barkley, who dragged along one of those tripod surveying instruments. Then on to the house of Hanley's friend up in the Malibu Hills. And from him, we got some information that began to bear out some of my suspicions.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. When I heard the yacht's whistle and the foghorn, I hopped out of bed and I stood right here in this doorway to the porch.
Uh-huh. Leaning against it the way you are right now, Mr. Duncan?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, of course, it was so dark, it was so foggy out there over the ocean. I was about to go back to bed, and then, boom, the boat exploded.
Where?
Oh, I can tell you exactly where. From here, that is.
What do you mean?
Well, the flash it made. It was, right square between those two trees.
All right, Mr. Barkley. Set up your transit and get a line on that.
Yep.
Then plot the line on this map.
Right.
Dollar, look.
You look, Hanley. See that marker buoy where the Coast Guard boats are looking for the wreck? Well, the line Mr. Dobkin has given us is nowhere near that.
Well, yes.
Mr. Dobkin, do you suppose any of your neighbors heard the noise and got up for a look?
I certainly would think so.
Then we really have something to work on.
But, Dollar, I still don't understand.
You will, Mr. Hanley. You will. Plenty.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Times have changed, and so has the man. How often do we hear the phrase, those were the good old days? But were they? Let's look at the record. During the War of 1812, the man who discharged a missile of destruction had a pretty simple job. A lighted taper, a fuse, some gunpowder, a metal ball, then an explosion. And the metal ball was propelled toward its target, located a few hundred yards away. Now, go back in time to the year 1327. Again, the operation was simple. The taper, the gunpowder, but this time, an enlarged arrow fitted into a block of metal. A man in mail, a smoky explosion, and the arrow flies a few hundred feet. Now, come up to the present. Seated before a complicated control panel is another man, ready to discharge a missile. He, however, is a far cry from that artilleryman of 1812 or the cannoneer of 1327. This man is a skilled, tutored technician. He knows his job. He pushes a button, and a sleek, slim, pointed missile blasts its way into the heavens. Its trajectory has been predetermined by other men with modern-day technological know-how. The missile lands, not a few hundred feet or yards from its launching site, but 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000 miles away. Quite a difference, isn't it? Yes, times have changed, and so has the man.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Malibu Mystery Matter.
Pete Hanley, the insurance man, and Barkley, the surveyor, and I continued our interviews of people living along Malibu Beach who'd seen the yacht explode.
Yes, sir. I just rose right up in bed, and I could see straight out my front window.
And you saw the actual explosion, Mrs. Gray?
I certainly did. Right out through there.
Good, thank you. Okay, Mr. Barkley, get a bead on it with your surveying instrument, then plot it on the map.
Right you are, Mr. Dollar.
That's right, sir. I see the flash right the other side of that big oleander bush out there in the yard.
And you were standing right here, Mr. Phillips?
Exactly here, yes, sir. Why, it like lit up the whole sky.
Okay, Mr. Barkley.
Right? Why, even through the fog I could see it just plain as day.
I'll say I did. Gee. You see, we was having a little party, and I was just going in the kitchen to make us some scrambled eggs.
Yes, well, now, just where...
You know how it is, after being up all night and having some drink.
Well, where were you standing?
When the whistle started and the foghorn, we came out here.
Right where you're
and
standing
all
now?
of a sudden, Bluey. Gee, me and my friends, we thought it was the 4th of July all
Okay,
over
Mr.
again.
Barkley,
And gee,
you
what
take
a
over.
noise.
Yes, sir.
So according to our survey, Captain Rollins, your boats have been looking in the wrong area for that wreck.
Yeah, Mr. Dollar, according to this chart the surveyor made, the Tatus went down right on top of Calico Rocks. That's a formation only about 30 feet below the surface. That means that our divers will have no trouble at all finding the wreck.
Then go to it, Captain. We'll be at the Beverly Hilton. Let me know what you find.
Will do, Mr. Dollar.
Item 3, 5:25 for some lunch. Then we went up to my room and waited. Finally, a couple of hours later, came the call from Captain Rollins.
No, Mr. Dollar, our divers didn't find a sign of her, not a sign of the Tatus or any part of her, but
Yes, Captain?
we did find a lot of, well, they looked like heavy cans that had burst open.
Like maybe they contained some kind of explosive?
Exactly like that, and some heavy logs and tie chain wedged into the rocks, like an explosion had driven them in.
A raft? Maybe loaded with dynamite or something to make the explosion everybody saw?
Exactly. But what I don't understand is the oil slick we found, the wreckage floating around.
Captain, I think that oil slick and the flotsam were planted out there.
Well, then listen.
Look, check every port on the Mexican coast, large or small, for the Tatus. I'll talk to you later. Come on, Hanley. We're going out to see the Merrills. On the way out to Westwood, I wondered. I was satisfied. I was sure I knew just how Merrill had pulled his little fraud. Little? What's little about a few $100,000? But I needed more than that for the sake of the insurance company who'd have to prosecute. So when we got there, I decided to try a bluff.
Come in, Mr. Dollar. Mr. Hanley. I didn't expect to see you back here so soon.
Yes, won't you gentlemen sit down?
Merrill, I think you ought to know the Coast Guard finally found something out there off Malibu.
Oh?
Yeah. The remains of your skipper on the Taters.
What?
That's impossible.
Nancy.
Also, evidence that he'd been murdered.
Murdered?
Probably by you, Merrill.
No, he's still alive.
What?
Wait, Nancy.
Can you prove it?
Yes.
Or would you rather have your husband charged with his murder?
No. He's in Mexico with the yacht.
Nancy, be quiet.
That's what I figured. At some remote little port on the coast of Mexico, he and the Taters.
Dollar.
Where the yacht can be completely gone over, disguised. Meanwhile, of course, you thought you'd collect the insurance on her because of the completely phony wreck you almost got away with, thanks to the fog and the darkness.
Nancy, you fool. I could... All right. How did you find out, Mr. Dollar?
Your wife's phony jewels tipped me off that you're not exactly paragons of virtue.
Phony, Mr. Dollar?
Paste, Hanley, and nothing else. And I'll lay odds they'll sell the originals, that they plan to carefully lose the fakes.
Why didn't they claim to lose them in the wreck?
Oh, that would have been overplaying their hand. Apparently, having saved those jewels made the wreck look all the more legitimate. But the really clever stunt was dumping oil on the water and some odd bits of wreckage away from the spot where they blew up the raft. Yeah, it almost kept the Coast Guard from finding the cans of explosives they'd used for the little fireworks display. But, Merrill, the only thing around here that's been sunk is you.
Dollar, I'll fight you and this insurance company with every legal trick in the book.
You know something, Mr. Merrill? I don't think you'll get to first base. Yeah? When a crook tries to pull a fast one on an honest insurance company, well, you'll see what I mean when the courts get through with Merrill and his wife. Expense account total, including mileage on the rental car and a couple of extra days at the Beverly Hilton, $101.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Paula Winslow, Eleanor Audley, Gene Tatum, Ben Wright, Harry Bartell, Will Wright, Lawrence Dobkin, and Barney Phillips. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Dollar, I understand you're probably the best private eye in the business.
Well, I try to make a living as an insurance investigator, if that's what you mean.
Well, what I have in mind does not exactly come under the heading of insurance investigation.
Oh, then if you'd like me to recommend somebody to you.
But then again, it might.
What?
Does the name of Sarah Balderston Barling mean anything to you?
Yeah, wait a minute. The old dollar dealer who owns about half of the Southern Connecticut Water and Power Company?
That's right. She's a very important client of ours.
I thought you said this matter doesn't involve insurance.
It doesn't. Yet. I hope you can keep it from doing so.
Oh, now look, if this is one of those bodyguard assignments...
No, it isn't. And incidentally, in addition to your expense account, there'll be a sizable fee for your services.
Oh? Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? How much?
$5,000.
$5,000?
But if you think perhaps I'd better get...
Don't even think of it, Mr. Wakely. I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Liability and Trust Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the only one but matter. With a $5,000 extra fee dangling in front of my face, expense account item 1, naturally, was $1.10 for a cab to Fred Wigley's office in the Gregson building downtown on the square.
Glad you decided to take this on, Doc, after I mentioned the fee to you.
Yeah.
Sit down, please.
Yeah, thanks.
Anything for money, huh?
Well,
I suppose I can't exactly blame you.
Mr. Wakely, if I ever reach the point where I can turn up my nose at $5,000...
I mentioned Mrs. Sarah Balderston Barling.
Yeah. And as I understand it, she's one of the wealthiest people we
Well,
have.
it's really her daughter that we're concerned about, that she is concerned about.
Oh, I don't know.
Name is Truda Lynn Barling.
Truda.
She celebrated her 21st birthday about a month ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That big brawl the old lady threw for her must have made the headlines all over the
That
Eastern
brawl,
Circuit.
as you call it, was engineered by Truda Lynn herself.
Yeah, and as I recall now, the police had to put on a couple of dozen extra men to keep things under control. Champagne flowed like
The
water.
cost of that party, including damage to the hotel where it took place, must have run to $30,000 or $40,000.
Then this Truda Lynn must be quite a gal. I'd like
It
to
was
meet
typical of many such incidents in the life of Truda Lynn Barling. Young, wealthy, completely spoiled, and completely rebellious against her mother's recent attempts at discipline. Well, to put it mildly, she's been quite a problem. Life at home with her mother has been one continuous battle. There's been about as much love between them these past few months. And believe me, Dollar, it's been as much her mother's fault as it has been Truda Lynn.
You mean for spoiling her so badly in the
Yes.
first place?
You see, her mother's only interest in life has been in adding to the fortune her husband left her.
Well, what has happened, Fred?
5 days ago, Truda Lynn simply packed up and left for parts unknown.
Oh?
And I'm certain it was more than mere coincidence that young Harvey Howard also left parts.
Who's Harvey Howard?
Harvey is a worthless young playboy who's been trying for some time to marry her, and very obviously only to get his hands on her money. Also, Lucy Taylor left town about that same time.
Who was she?
One of Truda Lynn's playmates. A young social climber who's been practically living off her for the past 2 years. Over Mrs. Barling's strenuous objections, of course.
So the three of them have just cut loose to run off and have a fling, huh? Any idea where they might have
Dollar, you've got to find the girl. Somehow bring her back here.
Yeah, well, now, Mr. Wigley, if she's 21.
Otherwise, my company stands a good chance of losing the literally millions of dollars worth of insurance policies of her mother's.
Yeah, but look, even for a $5,000 fee.
We'll make it 10. And must I remind you that it's hardly your place to question the reasons for an assignment given you by one of the companies you agreed to serve?
10,000, huh?
Yes.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. With no trouble at all, I found the taxi driver who'd taken the missing girl down to the railroad station the morning she'd left home. Item 2 on the expense account, a $5 tip to him for the information that she'd been met there by young Lucy Taylor and Harvey Howard. Loaded with luggage, they'd all climbed aboard a train for New York. Item 3, 45 cents for a phone call to my old pal, Lieutenant Randy Singer, at the 18th Precinct, New York Police Department.
What do you mean, do I know who Truda Lynn Barling is?
Well, do you, Randy?
Listen, she and a couple of her little buddies blew into town less than a week ago. And they've been raising so much cane around the nightclub circuit. Well, for a while there, we were thinking of putting on a flock of extra men.
Well, do you know where she's staying?
Yeah, Johnny. An expensive little apartment house over at 727 East 51st Street.
Thanks, Randy. When I get down there, I'll buy you a drink. Item 4, $8.75 for a quick lunch, then a train down to New York. Item 5, $1.50 for a cab to 727 East 51st. A real fancy place, and the doorman wore enough gold braid to sink a battleship. I showed him my credentials, and he had the elevator boy take me up to the single apartment on the whole 7th floor.
Straight ahead, sir.
Okay, thanks.
I see the door's open like it usually is, but maybe you better ring, sir.
Yeah, sure. Miss Barling? Miss Barling? Hello? Anybody?
Precinct. Sergeant Warren.
Give me Lieutenant Randy Singer in homicide. I told Randy what I'd found. Yeah, it was the body of Trudel Lynn Barling, lying there in the middle of the floor. She may have been very pretty once, but blows from a heavy bronze candlestick had changed all that. A half-finished cigarette with a touch of lipstick on it was still smoking in an ashtray, so it must have happened within the past few minutes. Quickly, I searched the apartment. I found nothing. Then, purely on a hunch, hoping he hadn't yet left headquarters, I made another call to Randy Singer.
I was just about to grab Doc Winters and hop into a prowl car. Now, be sure you don't touch anything,
Yeah,
Johnny.
sure. Now, listen, Randy.
Yeah?
Trudel Lynn came down here from Hartford with a couple of playmates.
Yeah, Harvey Howard and a washed-out blonde named Lucy Taylor.
You know where they're staying?
Yeah?
Then if I were you, I'd pick them up and bring them along with you.
You think one of them did it?
Just a hunch.
Uh-oh. One of your famous hunches, huh?
Just bring them along, will you?
Okay, Johnny, okay.
After another careful look around the apartment of the murdered girl, I questioned the elevator operator and doorman. That is, after they calmed down a bit.
Well, I still think I better notify the management, Mr. Dollar. And if the cops is coming in...
Save it till later. Is there any way to get up to that apartment besides the elevator?
Only the service entrance at the back of it. But the only way anybody could get in there is if I let them in the service entrance downstairs here. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
Did anybody come here to see Miss Barling today?
Yes, sir. 2 people.
Yes, sir.
Who?
Well, you see, about 2 hours ago, Miss Barling went over to see a doctor in that building across the street. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right. Dr. Thorson.
Been seeing him a couple of times every day.
I see.
Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
Then she come back here not more than a half hour ago. Said she was going to pack up her stuff and leave.
Yeah,
Ain't that...
Go on.
Well, then her friend Miss Taylor come around to see her.
When?
Only a little while before you come. Ain't that right, Willie?
Yeah, that's right. Not more than maybe 10 or 15 minutes before you come.
How long did she stay?
Oh, maybe 5, 6 minutes.
Yeah, maybe less.
Maybe less.
Yeah, it seemed to me I no sooner come down and got settled, and I had to go up there when she rung the buzzer again.
You said that 2 people were up here to see Miss Barling. Who was the other?
It was a man.
Yeah,
Him and Miss Taylor both been here a lot of times.
You know his name?
For sure. Nobody ever gets in this building without giving their name unless we know him. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
Well, who was he?
Name is Mr. Harvey Howard.
When was this?
Right after Miss Taylor left.
And they didn't come together?
No, sir. By the time her cab got down the street, his come rolling up.
How long did he stay?
Well, not any longer than the lady had. Ain't that...
That's right.
Then listen. I'm going across the street to see this Dr. Thorson. If I'm not back by the time the police get here, tell them where to reach me. Send for me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, from the first day that she moved into the apartment across the street. Sometimes a couple of times a day.
Well, what was the matter with her, Doctor?
Well, physically, she had what might best be described as a mild incipient peptic ulcer.
I see. And with all her nightclub drinking and smoking...
Strangely enough, despite Miss Barling's party-going proclivities, habits, she was quite the hypochondriac.
Oh?
Of course, all her tearing around, late hours during the first 3 days and nights here in the city did her no good.
Only the first few days?
Yes.
Hypochondriac, you said?
Yes. And as is often the case, Mr. Dollar, to someone like that, the doctor suddenly finds himself a close confidant, even on rather short acquaintance.
Go on, Doctor.
Well, in spite of telling me it was only to say goodbye and thanks, I think her visit today was more than anything else to boost her morale, self-confidence.
Why?
She'd suffered a considerable change of heart since running away from her mother.
Well, that's so.
Apparently, this was the first chance she'd ever had to really be by herself, think things out for herself. And she was getting ready to telephone and renounce the 2 leeches, the best word I can think of.
The 2 who came down here with her?
Yes, she was going to telephone them, tell them that she was through with them. And then go back to Hartford, square things with her mother, and then possibly get a job, Do something to make up for all the time she'd wasted just playing around.
Maybe you don't know it, Doctor, but what you just told me indicates that if she did suddenly throw them over, either Harvey Howard or Lucy Taylor, either one of them may have killed her.
Mr. Dollar, I believe you're right.
But which one? And how to prove it? Oh, great. I thought you were going to send over for me when the police got here.
Well, I was, Mr. Dollar. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
But this lieutenant said not to bother.
That's right, Johnny. Hiya, boy.
Did you get hold of the Taylor girl and Harvey Howard?
Yeah, they're inside, locked up in a couple of bedrooms. Okay. You two can go on back downstairs now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, have you found out anything?
Well, as for your hunch that this Taylor broad or this fishy-eyed Howard did it, well, it's probably a pretty good one, Johnny, but I'd like to see some proof.
Yeah, I thought you were bringing over a medical.
Well, the doc and one of the boys from the lab just left. Meat wagon will be along in a little while to take this to the morgue.
Did they find anything? Any prints?
Well, whoever did it must have worn gloves.
Where'd you find these two kids?
Well, it's Miss Taylor. Say, she's quite a dish, Johnny.
Oh?
Yeah, the kind you'd expect to pick up at the back door of a cheap stripper joint. Why a girl with money like Truda Lynn Barling would ever let somebody like that get their hooks?
Where did you find her?
In her hotel room at the Lex, packing up and getting ready to leave. To go back to Hartford, she said.
And Harvey Howard?
In his room there at the Lex, also packing to leave.
They're the only ones known to have been up here today.
Yeah, I checked it out real good with that dumb doorman and the elevator boy. And I'm sure that nobody could have gotten up here without their knowing about it.
So we've got to show up to one of these two that murdered Truda Lynn.
It proves they both did it.
When they came up here separately?
Oh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, let's talk to them.
Yeah. Just unlock that door beside you.
Right.
Oh, more police?
All right,
Well, I'd
baby,
like to
come
see
on.
you prove I killed
Maybe
Truda
I will,
Lynn.
Harvey.
You think you are keeping me cooped up like this? Why don't you do something with the body of poor Truda Lynn lying there?
Your, dearest friend, huh?
Yes, of course you... Who are you?
This is Johnny Dollar, you two. He's a special investigator.
Oh? Well, go ahead and investigate, Mr. Dollar. Just keep me out of it.
All right, Harvey.
Aren't you going to serve cocktails? It's cocktail time,
I
you know.
said all right. Lucy, you came up here to see Miss Barling a little while ago.
That's right.
Why?
I've been seeing her every day since we all came down here to New York. Anything wrong with that?
You were pretty mad at her for bringing you down here and then suddenly telling you she was going to leave and go back to Hartford, weren't you?
What?
Or do you want to pretend she didn't call you and tell you that?
All right. Maybe she did. But I thought that if I could see her and talk to her, I could sort of straighten things out, you know. Only when I got here, she wouldn't let me in.
She didn't let you in?
Just slammed the door in my face, so I left.
Did she, Lucy? Then why is it I found the door ajar when I got here?
So maybe she opened it again after You were here?
Of course. She telephoned to me, told me the same thing.
The door was ajar.
Yes.
So you came on in?
No. No, of course not. It wouldn't have been possible.
Oh, no.
I rang the bell and knocked, but I got no answer. And I decided she'd already left, so I went back to my hotel and why lie about it?
Yeah. Tell us why, Harvey. Well, Harvey.
I did come in. I found her body lying here. I knew I'd be suspected of killing her. The only thing I could think of was getting away.
That's a lie. You came in here and killed her.
No.
You found her sitting here in the chair, and you sneaked up
No.
on her and...
You know something? I think she's right. Got a pair of gloves on you, Harvey?
Why, yes. I always carry gloves.
Even in the summer?
Of course.
So you put them on to avoid leaving fingerprints. Miss Barling was sitting here in the chair, her back to the door, quietly smoking a cigarette. Yeah, I found the ashes, and the ashtray was still warm.
No, please, listen.
Wait a minute.
Huh, Johnny?
Brother, how stupid can I get?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Lucy, you swear you didn't come in here?
Yeah, I'd be struck down if I did.
Maybe you will.
I told you. Truda Lynn slammed the door in my face when I came here to talk to her. She wouldn't let me in.
Okay. Randy, that cigarette.
Yeah, what about it?
It was still burning when I got here. It had lipstick on it.
And you didn't save it, Johnny?
No, but it turns out I didn't need to.
Don't you see? What the lieutenant said was true. She was sitting right here with her back to the door.
That lipstick was yours, Lucy. The cigarette was yours.
I tell you, I swear I didn't come in here.
Not Miss Barling's, Johnny?
Suffering from an ulcer, seeing a doctor a couple of times a day about it, smoking.
No, you're right. She didn't smoke.
Yeah. Want to let the lieutenant have your gloves, Lucy?
No, why?
And, Randy, you want to bet the lab will find microscopic traces of bronze on them from that candlestick she used to kill Truda Lynn?
All right, Miss Taylor. Hand them over.
Yeah, guilty as sin. But you know something? If that pretty boy Harvey had found her alive when he'd arrived, I'm not so sure he wouldn't have done her in. There are times when I'm glad I'm not rich with a bunch of these leeches hanging around grabbing her by dough. Which reminds me, that nice extra fee you promised me in this case. Expense account total, including transportation back to Hartford, $25.55. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a frantic fisherman who proves to be the key to a murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey. Originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Les Tremaine, Herb Vigran, Alan Reed, Frank Gersel, Jack Edwards, and Jack Grimes. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Jim Matthews speaking.
Hey, Ted, you mean you got some kind of a lead on him?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh.
But I just got hold of some information on Rocky Harrison.
Yeah?
I told you after his probation was over, he disappeared.
Yeah, you told me.
But now, in view of this new information, plus the fact that you probably know him and his habits better than anyone else, and since Rocky is the only one who knows what he did with those diamonds...
Oh, hold everything, Ted. I'm on my way down to see you.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Liability and Trust Company, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the man who waits matter. Sure, I and I alone could take the credit for Rocky Harrison's trip to Sing Sing over 7 years ago. But the fact I'd not been able to recover the Olney diamonds really stuck in my craw. So what if I was still fairly new in the business at the time? There was no excuse. Okay, then. Expense account item 1, $395, a taxi to the station, then train fare to New York. I walked over from Grand Central to Ted Bessam's office at 500 Fifth Avenue.
You know, I thought the mention of Rocky Harrison would bring you here in a hurry. Sit down, Johnny.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Use a little drink?
No, thanks.
Cigarette?
Now, just tell me what you know about Rocky and why you think I might be able to get on the track of those jewels again.
Well, during his trial, Rocky played it smart. He knew you'd pinned a robbery on him, so in order to draw a light sentence, he admitted everything.
Except what he did with those diamonds.
Well, apparently he and his lawyer managed to convince the jury.
Oh, that cock and bull story about his having had them stolen from him, that's a lot of hogwash.
You know it, and I know it.
Rocky was far too smart for anything like that, and too dangerous. And if that servant there in the Olney household who caught him blasting that wall safe, if that servant fell down the staircase accidentally, I'll eat my shirt. Rocky killed him, Ted. I'm sure of it. Same as he tried to kill me.
The fact remains he wasn't held for murder. The jury believed his tale about losing the diamonds, and he got away with a short term.
All right, now, let's...
During his 2 years probation, he behaved like an angel. He got himself a job, worked hard, lived modestly, saved his money,
And he was a big disappointment to the police, who hoped he might lead them to the stone.
But, of course, he didn't.
Right. And I'm afraid by now even the cops believe his story about what happened to him.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Anyhow, probation over. He dropped out of sight.
Yeah, so you said over the phone.
The cops apparently figured he'd moved somewhere else and breathed a sigh of relief.
But you figured otherwise, Ted?
I guess I think the same way you do, Johnny. Probably because of my work in narcotics before I got into the insurance business.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'd hunt for years all over the country for some character, only to find he was right underfoot all the time. Couldn't see him for falling over him, as the saying goes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, anyhow, I figured that instead of making himself conspicuous in some small town, the best place for a man like that to get lost, the best place in the world, would be the biggest place in the world. Right here in New York.
I can't argue with you. So
when I got wind that Rocky disappeared, well, you know as well as I do, Johnny, that most of these cases aren't solved by any Sherlock Holmes kind of scientific deduction.
No, hardly.
Sir, they're solved on information. One good stool pigeon is worth all the clues in the world, right?
Well...
So when I found out he disappeared, I got in touch with one of my paid informants from the old days. An old character by the name of Soder.
Soder. Don't think I ever heard of him.
Whiskey Soder, they call him. I told him I'd pay him well if he'd locate Rocky Harrison for me.
You've heard from Soder?
He called me this morning. Told me that he's seen Rocky here in town, just as I thought he would.
Where?
Well, he wouldn't say over the phone, so I told him I'd send you down to see him. Here, Johnny, I'll scribble his address down for you.
Yeah, do that.
Cheap rooming house down near the Brooklyn Bridge. There you are.
Good. Okay, Tom, I'll go see him.
Just a minute, Johnny.
Yeah?
Soder made one thing clear. I don't know just how or why. I guess the why is obvious enough.
Yeah?
But apparently, Rocky has somehow changed his appearance so much that even his own mother wouldn't know him.
But Soder recognized him.
Yeah. And one other thing, Johnny.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm sure you know Rocky well enough to be careful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Watch your step. All right, so what if there was a little risk involved? Here was my chance to make up for having done only half a job some 7 years ago. Also, I figured I knew enough about Rocky to be well prepared for almost anything he might try. The main thing was to find out what he'd done with the Olney diamonds, and of course, get my hands on them. Expense account item 2, $1.70 for a cab to Whiskey Soda's address. It was the kind of place I'm sure the City Planning Commission will be glad to tear down. The word manager was scrawled across the door in the hallway marked with the number 1. And as for the manager...
Yeah, what do you want? My rooms are all filled up. Well, now, what's a gent like you doing around here?
I'm looking for a man named Soder.
Ha! That whiskey-smelling old... You'll find him down the hall in number... Hey, he's getting real popular today.
Well, now, what do you mean by that?
You're the second gent's been here to see him.
Oh? Who was the first?
Well, I didn't get a good look at him, but I heard him go on back towards
Which
his
is Soder's room? What's the number?
Number 7 down the hall.
Okay, thanks.
Didn't see the man leave, though. Maybe he's still in there with... Now, who left that window open there at the end of the hall?
All right, number 7.
Maybe I better close it.
Hey, you sure that Soder didn't leave?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, then come on. Let me have your key. Come on.
Key to his room? Now, just a minute.
Okay, don't bother.
Well, just a minute, you. Who do you think you are, busting down this butt? Oh.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Somebody shot him. Right through the side of the head.
Smoking more now, but enjoying it less.
Have a real
cigarette. Have a Camel.
So good.
Have a Camel cigarette.
So rich.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So mild.
Have a Camel cigarette.
And here's the reason why.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a Camel cigarette.
You can say that again.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, then change to Camels, the best tasting cigarette of all.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again.
Now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, on The Man Who Waits Matter.
Right through the side of his head, right in front of his left ear.
That's right.
But I didn't hear any shot. I've been up front in my room all afternoon.
Because whoever did it used this pillow to muffle the sound.
One of my best pillars, too. Look here. Look what it's done to it.
The man who was here before, what did he look like?
Huh? Well, I only looked out of my room in time to see him coming in here. I didn't get a look at his face.
You said he was a gentleman, a gent.
Yeah, but I didn't really. I think he had gray hair.
What about his height and build?
Well, I don't know. I was up front.
Now, how old was he?
Look, I told you, mister. I don't know.
Okay, here. Here's a 5-spot for your trouble. And for calling the police. Sergeant Randy Singer at the 18th.
Police?
And my name is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
That's right.
The one that's on the radio?
You call the police. Tell them I'll contact them later. Rocky Harrison had changed his appearance once before, 7 years ago. He'd never known how I'd got on his trail. The only one who did was Randy Singer at the 18th Precinct. But I'd found him by using the same corny trick that he had used. Maybe that trick might work again, if he'd return to his old haunts. All right, then, item 3, a bucket of quarters at the nearest drugstore for some goop to plaster down my hair. Item 4, $1 for some black hair dye. Item 5, 78 cents for a jug of peroxide. Getting rid of the tan I usually have took time, was a lot of work, but it gave me a few days to raise a small mustache. I dyed that black also. Item 6, $20 for some clothing, including a couple of aprons. In some of these joints, you have to furnish your own. Then, item 7, $31 for a pair of thick glasses that I could see through all right, but that gave me a headache. But it was the waste of time that got me down. Working there 4 solid nights, hoping nobody gets suspicious of me. Working where and why, and the reason for the silly getup, well, you figure it out.
Okay, there you are, Willie. One old-fashioned, one double Gibson.
Thanks, Joey.
And there's the ticket on them.
What?
Yeah, right there, right in front of you.
Oh, sure.
Now, what's the matter with you? Can't you see? Why don't you get them glasses changed?
Oh, they're okay, Joey.
Oh, yeah, sure they are. Ain't you going to take your drink to the table?
Huh? Oh, that's right.
Willie, I've been tending bar here at the Purple Hat since the place opened up. But you are the punchiest waiter I ever seen. That's a fact.
Here you are, gents. An old-fashioned and a double Gibson.
Well, you took long enough to get them.
I'm sorry, mister.
The other way around. The double Gibson's mine.
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, here's to prosperity, Barney. Yeah.
So, would you just like to order sending now?
No, later.
Yes, sir. I'll wait then.
Yeah, you do that. All right now, Rocky. Waiter.
Yes, sir.
Go get yourself a drink. It's on me.
Well, I'm afraid the management would exactly like it.
Okay, then just for moose. We'll call you when we want another one.
Yes, sir.
Now, Rocky. Barney, you fool. Don't you ever call me that again. Call me Tilton. Sorry, slip of the tongue, Mr. Tilton.
Rocky Harrison. Oh, it was luck. Dumb luck. He'd been in there alone 3 nights running, but believe me, I hadn't recognized him, wouldn't have recognized him now if his pal there at the table hadn't slipped up and called him by name. Since probation, he disappeared for only one reason, to change his appearance completely. He'd grown a beard, a full head of hair, and he bleached it almost white. He'd put on 20 or 25 pounds, had his buck teeth fixed, and it made a big difference. What's more, of course, I hadn't seen him since he'd been sent up the river. As for his pal, Rocky had called him Barney. Sure. Bernard Little, one of the cleverest big-time fences the NYPD had ever known about, on whom they'd been able to pin absolutely nothing. Sure, it was a natural. Rocky had the jewels stashed away somewhere. Barney knew it and was willing to recut them and fence them out for him. Maybe if I was real lucky, I could nail them both. During their meal, I stayed close to them as much as possible, but it got me nowhere. Whenever I was in hearing, their conversation was meaningless.
That's right, Barney. Just tell them that Edward Tilson sent you. Of course, Mr. Tilson. Be glad to use your name. I'm certain they'll do all right by you.
Yeah, what's more, they were both trying to make it oh so plain that Rocky's name was Edward Tilson. And I wondered, had Rocky by any chance seen through this corny disguise of mine? But apparently not.
Okay, waiter, here you are.
Thank you, sir. I'll have you change in a minute.
It's all right, boy. You can keep the change.
Thanks very much, sir.
Well, shall we get up? Shall we leave, Mr. Tilson? I'm all ready. I'd like to look up the owner and compliment him on his chef. Why not? Good dinner, wasn't it, Tilson? Excellent. Now, if we can find the owner's office.
If they could find the owner's office, they made a beeline for it. And that told me something else. The owner, Pete Monasker, had been away when I was hired. Now he was back in town. And he probably knew more about Rocky, more about the jewels, than he'd ever admitted to the police. I wished I'd planted a bug in Monasker's office. I'd like to have heard what went on in there. But I hadn't, so I couldn't. Instead, I cleared off the table, and since my hitch for the night was over, I went back into the locker room, changed into my street clothes. As I was about to leave...
Don't bother, buddy. Your name's Willie, ain't it?
Yes, sir, Willie Pagano.
My name's Pete Monasker. I own this joint. I've been away a couple of weeks.
Oh, how are you, sir, Mr.
Here's
Monasker?
your paying a few bucks severance.
You beat up fired?
That's right.
I done something wrong, Mr.?
No, it's just that we got enough waiters without you. Shouldn't have hired anybody while I was gone anyway. Just go on out by the back way.
Well, sure, sir, but if I thought I'd done something
no,
wrong,
no
I could...
complaints. We just don't need you. That door will tie you over until you get another job.
I should have known, but I didn't. Not at the moment. Not until I left by the back door, started out through the long, dark alley.
Just a minute.
Huh?
You're the waiter we had tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
You made a real good waiter. Real good, see?
So?
So I got something for you, Dollar. Here.
No,
All right, now, Dollar. You think I'm going to leave you alive? No, Rocky, put that thing away. The noise will bring the cops. It's all right, Barney. I'm just going to use the butt of it like this.
I vaguely remember something crashing down on my head. And if you think people don't see stars, you're wrong. Half conscious, I braced myself for another blow, but it never came. Instead of crazy mixture of sounds, noises, a lot of footsteps, a barrage of gunfire, sirens, a lot of cars breaking to a stop. Only it was all like in a dream. I came to the next morning and I found myself in a hospital bed, a doctor leaning over me with a hypo in his hand. Then, sometime later...
Well, looks like the doctor was right, doesn't it?
Randy.
Yeah, a slug of something to make you sleep for a while really worked. You're going to be okay, except maybe for a big head.
Randy Singer.
Lieutenant Singer to you, Buster. Son of a gun, Johnny. When are you going to learn to let me know when you're working around this town, huh?
Was it you came along?
That's right, like the U.S. Marines.
Well, how did you know they were going to waylay me there in that alley?
I didn't. I hadn't the least idea. Didn't even know it was you they were jumping. You and that crazy getup, that black hair and the mustache and those thick glasses.
Then I don't understand, Randy.
Johnny, I've had a bunch of the boys on Rocky Harrison for over a week.
You have?
Sure, ever since that Stooley whiskey soda told me about him being in town. It was you told me where to look for him.
I? When?
7 years ago. The first time you found him in a purple hat. So we've been tailing him for days.
Well, if I'd have known that.
You think you're the only one that thought he might sometime lead us to those jewels?
You found him, Randy?
No, and now, thanks to you, it looks like we may as well give up.
What do you mean, thanks to me?
Now, you just stay in bed. When the boys saw what was happening there in the alley, they moved in.
Yeah?
When Rocky and Barney started throwing lead, well, the boys kind of thought they'd better answer back. So Rocky and Barney are dead. So now, how are we going to find out where those diamonds are stashed away, huh?
Do you know where Rocky was living?
Sure, we've been all through his place and Barney Little's place. Nothing. Since we don't know of anybody else who might have been in with him.
Oh. You don't, huh?
What do you mean, Johnny?
Well, Randy, I've suddenly got a crazy idea that maybe I can bluff my way into finding those jewels.
You what?
Come on, help me get into my clothes.
Yeah, who is it?
Yeah, who are you? Johnny Dollar, Pete, as if you didn't know.
Just a minute. Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
Well, there's something a little familiar about you.
Oh, come off it, Pete.
Now, waiter. Oh, that stupid waiter I fired last night.
Rocky Harrison told you who I was. If you're wondering how I know that, just look at that bug fastened to the underside of your desk.
A bug? A microphone? Why, I don't believe it.
Hold it, Pete. You try opening one of those drawers, reaching for a gun, I pull this trigger.
Okay, Dollar, okay.
I also heard them tell you when to let me go out into that dark alley.
Oh, look, how was I to know what they wanted you out there for?
I also heard enough to know where the only jewels are. Open up that safe, Pete.
Oh, yeah?
Open it.
You crazy? Now, listen, Dollar, put down that gun for a minute.
Open it up.
Now, look, maybe we can make a deal.
7 years of hunting for him, Pete. So it's become an obsession with me. Maybe it has made me a little crazy.
Now, listen,
yeah, I was
you
crazy enough to put on that phony disguise to get into this place to find Rocky Harrison.
Listen, Dolly,
all
you and I
right,
can
all
make a
right.
deal.
So I'm crazy enough to blast you down and blow that safe if I have to. You understand that? And there's nothing, you or anything else, is going to keep me from getting those jewels. First you go.
No.
Yes.
You mean it?
Oh, yeah, Pete, I mean it. Well...
Okay, Dollar. I'll get you the rocks.
The fee on this one for recovery of the diamonds? Well, maybe the department frowns on such things, but half of the check goes to Lieutenant Randy Singer, NYPD. Good man, good friend. Expense account total, including the ride back to Hartford, well, it just about balances with what I made on my job as a waiter. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
Al Turner, Johnny, over here at New Britain Mutual.
Al, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I know.
What can I do for you?
Plenty, I hope. How old are you, Johnny?
Well, next birthday I'll be 30... Huh?
30 what?
Now, why?
Well, it really doesn't make too much difference. You see, Johnny, I think it's time you entered a home for the aged.
I what?
And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not.
Okay, Al, what's the gag?
I told you, I want you over at the Mackley Rest Home.
Where's that?
Frog Mountain, New York.
Where's that?
Down along the Hudson River above Poughkeepsie near Kingston.
But, just to pay him a little visit, not to stay.
That's right.
What goes down there?
Sudden death, Johnny. Deaths.
Oh?
4 of them in a row, 3 of them insured by us.
Well, after all, if they're old folks...
That's the beneficiary of all that insurance.
Yeah?
The sole beneficiary of all the insurance on them just happens to be the Mackley Rest Home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Al, I'll, kind of drop in on him.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey
in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the New Britain Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Paradise Lost matter. I decided my own car would be handy to have along. As usual, the gauge said nearly empty. So, expense account item 1 is $5.20 for a tank full of gas. I drove west on 44, then cut across to Rhinebeck, then Rhine Cliff, where I took the ferry over the Hudson to the town of Kingston, New York. On Route 28, I passed through Stony Hollow, and a few miles further on, I found a sign indicating Frog Mountain. It was on a side road to the left. At one side of it overlooked the famous Ashokan Reservoir, and some pretty big fish have come out of that water. Thinking about it, I almost drove on past what was obviously a rest home for the agent, in among the trees. There was a large, very old frame house set on the side of the mountain, and sitting about on the front lawn, reading, chatting, playing cards, or just enjoying the afternoon sun were the happy-looking customers. As I stopped the car, a pleasant-looking middle-aged man walked over to me, smiled, and said,
"How do you do, young man? How do you do?"
"Oh, how do you do? My name is Johnny Dollar."
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dollar. I'm Justin
Perry?
You have some elderly relative, perhaps, very dear to you, for whom you'd like to provide a quiet, comfortable retirement home?
Well, no.
Oh. Justin Perry. I'm the owner of Paradise.
Paradise?
A really appropriate name for our lovely place, don't you agree?
Well,
Just look at the happy faces of our guests and you can... But then you say you don't wish to send someone to us.
Well, now, wait. This isn't the Mackley Rest Home?
Oh, no, Mr. Dollar. This is Paradise. The Mackley place is further up the road.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks very much.
Dollar, did you say?
Yes, that's right.
Edward!
Yes, Dad?
Would you like to show Mr. Dollar the way to the Mackley place?
Sure, Dad. Anything you say.
Then go ahead.
Well, if it's just up the road.
About a mile or so.
Oh, then I'm sure I'll be able to find it all right.
Whatever you say, Mr. Dollar.
Sure. Thanks a lot. A very nice spot. And some of the folks on the lawn waved cheerily as I drove on back up the road toward the mountain. I wondered if the Mackley place would be the same. It wasn't. At least, it was brand new, a modern ranch type of thing, built on a single level. A lot of native stone and glass, all very pretty and smart and practical, but lacking in warmth. The guests, the residents, though well-dressed and apparently wealthy, were sitting by themselves for the most part, reading or just sitting. No one seemed to notice me as I parked my car, then walked in through the door at one side marked office.
Yes. Something I can do for you?
Mr. Mackley?
Yes, that's right. Peter Mackley. And, who are you?
My name is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, yes, the insurance investigator. How are you?
Hiya.
Al Turner at the insurance company said you'd be coming along. Why don't you sit down?
Oh, he did?
Yes. Just to be honest about it, I don't see why, though.
You don't, huh?
Well, now, what do you mean by that, Mr. Dollar?
Well, it's quite a layout you have here, Mr. Mackley. Must have set you back a lot of money.
Well, that's no secret.
But I suppose it's all bought and paid for.
Oh, far from it, Mr. Dollar. It'll be some years before we get our heads above water.
Even with the help of 2 or 3 nice, fat insurance legacies?
Now, look here, Dollar.
Well?
If you're referring to the fact that some people happen to die and just happen to leave some insurance to us...
Just happen to, huh?
Now, what's that mean?
Just exactly what you think it does, Mackley.
Are you trying to imply that I or anybody else...
If the shoe fits where it...
Now, if you're saying that you suspect we might have murdered those old
people...
Did
I say that?
Well, that's what you meant, isn't it? You've no right coming here accusing me of something like that.
Now, look, you...
What's more, you're not the police, and you have no authority around here. So just go on, get out of here.
Sorry, but I'm not leaving this place until I find out something more about how those people died.
Dollar, you're going to be sorry for this.
Is that a threat?
You take it any way you like.
Well, it may sound a bit corny, Mackley.
Now, just get out of here.
But just remember that anything you say now might be used against you.
Why, you arrogant soul.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Paradise Lost matter.
All right. right, Mr. Dollar. I freely admit it was too bad that 4 of the old people died here within a month and a half. It's most pathetic, most unexpected. What's more important to me is that it gives our place a black eye.
Unexpected by whom, Mr. Mack?
By everyone, including the doctor who comes up here from Kingston to attend them and who is always on call in case of emergency.
Who is this doctor?
He's Dr. Nathan Way. He's from over in Kingston.
Just how did these 4 people die?
Well, according to their death certificates, the first one was an accident. Old Mr. Bartley slipped and fell off the corner of the porch one night while he was walking in his sleep.
Slipped or was pushed?
Now, look here, Dollar.
Okay. What about the other 3?
They were natural causes. That is, their hearts gave out.
According to the death certificates.
That's right.
But what really happened? Poison, perhaps? Something like that?
Dollar, you don't know what you're talking about.
We'll see, Mr. Mackley. Now, where'll I find this Dr. Way?
Someone mentioned my name.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Peter.
Doctor, this is Johnny Dollar. He's an investigator from the insurance company.
How do you do, Mr. Dollar?
Doctor?
Dollar seems to have the fantastic idea that the recent deaths here were deliberate. Yes,
What?
yes. In order that we could benefit from the insurance, those fine old people were kind enough to leave us.
Well, now, that is rather absurd, Mr. Dollar.
Is it, Doctor? This place is up to its neck in debt.
I told you that, Dollar.
But isn't that to be expected when you consider the cost of building a fine new establishment like this?
All right.
After all, it's less than 2 years old.
And what did you do before this, Mackley? In some business where you could go around making contacts that would assure you plenty of wealthy, gullible customers for this racket?
Dollar.
Well?
Dollar, my wife and I have been in this business of taking care of old people ever since my parents died. That's over 15 years ago.
Yeah, where?
In Pennsylvania.
I can check on that, you know.
I know that.
Why did you pack up and come here to New York?
Tell him, Peter.
Well, for one thing, the air, the climate is much better here than it was in the coal region.
Yes. And?
Tell him, Peter.
Well, we had to close down over there.
Why?
Because our building, our facilities were considered substandard according to some new regulations.
And suddenly a lot of your patients started dying off?
No, nothing of the sort.
Peter is telling you the truth, Mr. Dollar.
You investigated, Dr. Way?
Well, no, not exactly.
I see.
But I have talked with many of these fine old people who moved from there to here, and they are intelligent, wealthy people.
Wealthy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll bet they are.
Dollar, will you listen to me?
And it was so easy to talk a lot of them into buying a hunk of insurance and making this place the beneficiary.
Now, that's not true.
Isn't it? Then how come 3 of the 4 people who suddenly died around here?
No, it isn't true, Mr. Dollar. It was I who suggested to them, unknown to Peter, that they leave something to this rest home.
You?
And they thanked me and wondered why they hadn't thought of it before.
How many of your people are planning to leave you money, Mackley?
I don't know, Dollar. I don't know if any of them are. And what's more, I don't care. My wife and I knew the financial responsibility we were taking on in the beginning. And unless we lose our reputation, our clientele, through more of these unfortunate deaths...
Oh, sure, they're bad for business, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Exactly, Mr. Dollar.
But as long as the insurance money keeps rolling
Dollar,
in...
will you stop it?
No. Now, Dr. Way.
Mr. Dollar, I'm afraid these accusations...
Tell me this, Doctor. You issued the death certificates, huh?
I did. For all of them.
You made autopsies on them all, huh?
Why, good heavens, no.
Why not?
The accident in case of Mr. Bartley was all too obviously an accident.
Was it?
As for the others, well, after all, they were well along in years.
Oh, so you gave them a quick once-over, scribbled down natural causes and let it go at that. And that's why I want those bodies exhumed and autopsies performed.
Mr. Dollar.
First, though, I'm checking up on you.
Well, by all means, do. I want you to.
Oh, I will.
Meantime, if you like, I'll drive back to Kingston and arrange for the bodies to be made available.
Yeah, you do that. I followed the doctor into Kingston, parked my stuff at a hotel, and dropped in at police headquarters where I talked with Lieutenant Art Conley.
Dollar, I'm glad you're looking into this. Frog Mountain's a bit out of our jurisdiction, officially, that is. But I've wondered about those deaths myself.
Well, how much do you know about Peter Mackley, Lieutenant?
Well, I've thought a lot of that man ever since he came to these parts.
Oh?
Yeah, he's not the kind you might expect to be running an old folks' home, but, well, he's okay.
I see. How well do you know Dr. Way?
Well, one of the finest people we have here in Kingston. And without a doubt, the best man to make those autopsies you want.
He's connected with the department?
Yeah. And if you ask me, he'll get you results so fast it'll... Oh, now, wait a minute, Dollar. You're not thinking that Dr. Wade...
Mackley, huh?
And I'll tell you this about Pete Mackley, Dollar. It took a lot of guts for him to go to that place of his.
What do you mean by that?
I mean against some of the folks around town who were partial to Justin Perry, who runs the Paradise Home, who were afraid it might put him out of business. Mackley's place being so much nicer and modern and all.
That still doesn't mean anything, Lieutenant.
And you know, those old folks like things new and modern. And if Perry doesn't improve that place of his... Oh, yeah? Oh, hello, Doc.
Lieutenant, Mr. Dollar, I'll be able to make those autopsies tonight. When I'm finished, I'll call you at your hotel.
Sure, Doctor. You do that. I talked further with the lieutenant, but I'm afraid I didn't get much help from him. He was convinced, a little too convinced, that Peter Mackley was all right, and he spent all his time defending him. A late dinner at the hotel was item 2, $4.25. Item 3 was 35 cents for a magazine. I went up to my room, sprawled out in a big overstuffed chair, put my feet on the windowsill, and promptly went to sleep. Yeah, the combination of a big dinner and the quiet night had really got to me. Too much for my own good. He must have used a calling card to slip the lock on the door, because the first thing I remember was hearing the door close. And when the light switch went off... Huh? Who's that? What's the idea of turning off the... Oh, no, you...
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Easy now, easy. Another piece of tape to hold this bandage on your head. You'll be...
Doctor.
Yeah, there you are. That's
Dr.
right.
Way.
Now, don't tell me you fell asleep and fell out of your chair and did this.
Oh, no. Listen, listen.
And here. Perhaps a drop of this medicinal brandy?
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks. Hey, look, it's morning.
Yes, and I've done the autopsies.
Oh?
I knocked on your door and didn't get any answer.
Doc, listen.
But it wasn't locked, so I came on in and, what happened?
Oh, somebody sneaked in and slugged me.
Who?
Are you kidding? But come on, what about the autopsies?
Yes. Well, no question about it. Mr. Bartley's death was an accident.
But the others?
Poison. A poison that made it look like heart failure.
Okay, then. Hello.
Your order, please?
Lieutenant Art Conley at Police Headquarters.
I'll call you right back, sir.
Emergency, operator. This isn't... Okay.
And now, Mr. Dollar.
So, Doctor, somebody at Mackley's rest home gave them poison. So that's it.
But the only medicines those people get are the ones that I myself prescribe. And I have never prescribed even the most minute dose of sodium therapy.
Lieutenant Johnny Dollar.
I'm glad you called, Dollar. Doc told me the result of his autopsy is on his way over to see you.
Then you know.
But I still refuse to believe that Peter Mackley...
No? Then why did he come here and try to put me out of the picture?
What?
I don't know what scared him off before he could finish the job, but I'm thankful something did.
When?
Last night I was asleep.
Oh, well, then you're wrong. It wasn't Peter Mackley.
No?
Knowing that sometimes you have to suspect even your best friend on a case like this, I had Mackley here at headquarters all night. So, Dollar...
Doctor.
My prescriptions?
Yes.
I've been thinking about that. They're always made up at Pearson's drugstore by Mrs. Pearson herself.
Then she is going to have some visitors.
What?
Come along, Doc.
Thank you, Mrs. Williams, and I hope that makes you feel better. Well, Doctor, it's so early in the morning.
Mrs. Pearson, This is Johnny Dollar, special investigator.
Oh, how exciting.
Mrs. Pearson, I want to know if you stock a drug called sodium what'd you call it, Doctor?
I didn't, but it's sodium theramolysilate.
Oh.
But I doubt very much.
Yes, I do.
You do?
Old Dr. Morley, the veterinarian, used it now and then to take care of hopeless animal cases.
And you have it here now?
Yes, in one of these back shelves, I have a single bottle that I...
Hey, wait a minute.
Yes?
On that motorcycle out there with a sidecar. He pulled away from in back of this place.
Yes. He helps in the store and makes all the deliveries for me.
And he must have seen us in here. Must have seen me.
What?
He makes all the deliveries, including prescriptions for the Mackley Rest Home?
That's right.
Doc.
He's taking some of Dr. Way's prescriptions up there now.
Good.
No, listen.
Now, let me find that bottle of...
Doctor, listen. That may be the answer.
That he's the delivery boy for Mrs. Pearson?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid I
Dr.
don't...
Way? Look here.
No, Doc, we've got to go after that kid.
Here's the bottle, Doctor. But I don't understand.
Doctor, will you listen to me?
So many of them are missing.
Unless we could... What was that, Mrs. Pearson?
Well, a lot of these sodium theramolysilate tablets are missing.
Then that's the answer, Doc. He's the answer. Come on. Have you ever tried to chase a motorcycle up a tortuous, treacherous mountain road? Well, I did. We did. And the sidecar was the only thing that kept him from running away from us. And the fact that he kept looking back, knowing we were chasing him.
No, he'll kill himself.
Looking back at us. That was his big mistake.
He'll never make that turn.
That was young Edward Perry's fatal mistake.
Edward.
He's still alive, Doc.
Here, I'll see what I can do for him. Now, Ed, let's see. Now, take it easy here.
No use, Doc.
Well, we can try now. We can try. But why, Eddie?
I saw you there in the store. Saw Dollar there.
All right, just take it easy.
Knew you'd got wise that I was putting that poison in Doc's prescription.
Give him something to knock him out, Doctor.
I'm afraid there's no use. I'm afraid...
But it was Dad who...
Justin Perry.
Dad made me. Said if enough people at Mackley's died off, they'd...
Now, easy, lad, easy.
They'd leave Mackley's, come to Dad's place.
Eddie, why?
To the paradise. We'd put Mackley out of business.
Bear his arm, Dollar.
Right, Doc.
Put Mackley out of... So long, Doc.
Doctor.
It's all over.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the courts will do. Ask me, Justin Perry murdered his son as much as though he'd done it with his own two... I don't know. Expense account total, call it $50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Harry Bartell, Edgar Barrier, Sam Edwards, Stacey Harris, Junius Matthews, and Forrest Lewis. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.